Hello and welcome. This is Nikhil Raj, Course Director for tutormash.com. In this session, I'm going to demonstrate to you how to create issues and creating issues using threshold using Primavera Basics. So what is issues? Issues are known problems within a project plan that require attention or corrective action. You can manually create issues in Primavera. Also, you can generate issues automatically by defining project thresholds. You can associate these issues with WBS elements, activities, or resources. So these are the common issues that found in construction project. Common area tile, both wall and floor tile to be confirmed by the architects. Contradiction in GFC drawings in footing joint location of tower 1 and 2. Main floor tile drawing need confirmation from architects. Soil protection details need to be provided according to site conditions by structural team. Plumbing cutouts need to be closed before client site inspection. So these are the issues that I found in my project. If you found any kind of issues in your project, you can create inside Primavera Basics. And there is one more option in Primavera, that is creating issues using threshold. Thresholds is like in project there will be a lot of issues ups and down, and you can set a threshold, a lower threshold value and an upper threshold value in Primavera. So whatever issues that comes over the threshold, it will generate as an issue. So that is creating issues using threshold. Look at this example. Here I have created some activities which having some float. Marking got 2 days, wall reinforcement got 3 days, wall shuttering 4, wall concreting 5 and slab shuttering is 6. Here I am going to create a threshold value, that is lower threshold value as 2 and upper threshold value as 5. So when you create an issue, what happens? Program will generate issue for any activities that have a total float less than or equal to 2 days. Here whatever values comes in this area will be generated as an issue. Also more than or equal to 5 days. That means total float that equals to 5 or more than 5. So when you run this threshold, program will create this 3 as an issue. Marking got 2 day float. That means 2. Wall concreting is 5. Here you can see the value is 5. Slab shuttering is 6. That means 6 is the value which is greater than 5. So it is also generated as an issue. So this is how you generate issues using thresholds. Now we will see how to create issues in Primavera. So here is a project. So project have a lot of activities and it is also updated. Now for a simple example I will show you. To create issues, you have to go to project and click issues. And here you can see I have created 2 issues, that is GFC, good for construction drawing issues in lift core wall tower 1, which is identified on 1st December and assigned to the activity. You can click here and you can assign to the respective activity. And you can put the status, closed, on hold and open. And you can set the priority here, top, high, normal, low and lowest. And criticality is a user defined field which I created. You can put some symbolic like highly important. And who is responsible for this issue, you can select from the resource. And the resolution date need to be put by the responsible manager and identified by me. These are the information that you need to enter when you create issues. So similarly, you can also create issues by pressing add. For example, column cube failure in tower 1 basement columns. So this is an issue that I found during the execution of project. You can put the identified date, 1st January, and responsible manager here is selected, right? And you can select the activity where the issue is reflected on design building edition, right? You can set the status as open, priority is very high. Also if you want to put some note, you can click on notes and you can modify, say additional strengthening methodologies need to be followed. Carbon wrapping is suggested solution. When you create these kind of notes, then it will be very easy for responsible manager to understood the problem very clearly. So this is how you create issues in Primavera. Now we will see how to generate issues using thresholds. To do that, you need to go to project and click on thresholds. So before I create thresholds, I'll go back to activities. Here you can add some columns like cost performance index, budgeted total cost, like that. And here you can see cost performance index, sum is less than 1, sum is greater than 1. If cost performance index is more than 1, that means you are doing good in cost control. Here you can see some activities have 1.13 as cost performance index. That means for every $1 that you spend for this activity, you are getting $1.13 in return. And here you can see activity review and approve design got 0.88 as cost performance index, means for every $1 you spend, you are getting $0.88 in return. So that is how you measure cost performance index. So here you can see some activities have CPI less than 1. So these activities need to be listed as issues because you need to monitor it very well. So to do that, I will go to project thresholds. I will generate a new threshold. Click here and threshold parameter. There are a lot of parameters that you can create threshold. So right now I am checking CPI, cost performance index. Okay, so it is enabled. Priority you can put high, and in the general tab you need to set a lower threshold value and upper threshold value. So there are activities having 0 cost performance index. That means we didn't start updated those activities. So to display activities which having cost performance index which is more than 0, I have to put a lower threshold value as 1, so that program will show activities which having CPI -1 and less than -1. Upper threshold value I will put 0.01, so that program will display activity that having CPI of 0.1 and greater than 0.1. After doing this, you can go to the tools and you can monitor the threshold. Press monitor. You can see 9 issues were identified. After doing this, go back to project issues. You can see CPI is 0.4, CPI is 0.4, CPI is 0.5, 0.6, 1.1. So 1.1 means you are doing good in cost. So you can change the criticality to good, and the priority you can put lowest. But here CPI is less than 1. That means you are doing very bad in cost. You can use fill down command, right? So this is how you generate issues using thresholds. Here one more thing you can notice, that this issues is assigned to WBS, right? Not activities. If you want to assign the issues to all activities, you can go back to project thresholds. You can set that option here. Detail to monitor, you can change WBS or activity. If you press activity, every activity will be monitored. Let's say activity, go to tools, monitor thresholds, monitor. Now you can see there are 12 issues that is generated. Let's go back to project issues and see what are they. Here you can see issues that is related to activities is also displaying now. Also the issues which is related to WBS is displaying now. So you can monitor the WBS and activities at the same time. So this is how project issues and creating issues using thresholds work in Primavera P6. So hope you understand how to do this, and if you have more doubts, you can ping me on WhatsApp, and thank you for watching.